World-renowned chef Jose Andres will be cooking for Ukrainian school children.
Ukraine is my team today.
British singer Rod Stewart was booed by the crowd for supporting Ukraine during his concert. Sean Penn missed his own Oscar ceremony because of a trip to Kyiv. Stories like these demonstrate a truly strong stance. But there are also those whose stories for some reason have no continuation. Stories in which artists, after making loud statements of support, suddenly fall silent. Today, we'll look into who truly stayed by Ukraine's side and who has ventured into dangerous territory where the word peace starts to serve the aggressor. Let's start with American actor Sean Penn, who skipped the Oscars ceremony where he was supposed to receive a statuette and instead went to Kyiv. For Hollywood, this is almost a crime against one's own publicity. People dream for years about that stage, that shot, that statuette, and that moment with the speech. But instead, Penn found himself in Kyiv.
You missed the Oscars ceremony, so we made this for you. Besides, you gave your last statuette to Zelensky. So we made one like this. It was made from a railcar damaged by the Russians.
And this is not his first gesture. He was here at the very beginning of the full-scale invasion. He was filming the documentary Superpower, met with Volodymyr Zelensky multiple times, spoke publicly about Ukraine in the United States, and kept coming back again and again. He stayed focused on the Ukrainian issue even when, for many, it became less profitable, less loud, and less convenient. Next, we'll talk about those who are truly helping Ukraine now, those who have become quieter, and those who, it seems, really want to please Moscow. But first, please subscribe to the channel, give a like, and turn on notifications. This really helps promote this video. Returning to big names, let's also mention Mark Hamill, the very same Luke Skywalker. The actor who became a symbol of fighting the empire in the movies is, in real life, helping us destroy this empire. In September 2022, Hamill became an ambassador for the United 24 platform in the field of defense. His campaign was connected with RQ-35 Hedron reconnaissance drones and helped raise over $1.5 million for them. After that, there was also a fundraiser for 30 demining robots. Most recently, he recorded a poem to support Ukrainian children. Next to him is Misha Collins.
Glory to Ukraine!
He has long since become more than just Castiel from Supernatural. He is a United 24 ambassador for humanitarian demining. He visited Ukraine and raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for a demining vehicle. In April 2026, he recorded a special address for the International Day for Mine Awareness, calling on the world to support Ukrainian sappers. It is also worth taking a closer look at the Irish performer Bono and the band U2. In May 2022, Bono and musician The Edge performed in Kyiv's Kreshchatyk metro station, which had become a shelter during the war. They were joined by Taras Topolia from Antitila, who at that time was serving in the defense forces. Together they performed Stand By Me, with the meaning shifting to Stand By Ukraine.
Stand by Ukraine. Oh, oh, oh. Won't you stand? Won't you stand? Oh, please, won't you stand? Stand by Ukraine now. Stand by Ukraine.
But the story of U2 did not end with that performance. In 2023, Bono drew a portrait of Zelensky for the cover of The Atlantic magazine, after which this illustration was used for a limited collection of merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, and lithographs. The net profit from sales through United 24 was directed toward ambulances for Ukraine. And in 2024, Bono was once again involved in the Ukrainian diplomatic agenda through the promotion of the Global Peace Summit initiative. And in 2025, at the Cannes Film Festival, Bono, The Edge, and Sean Penn appeared together with Ukrainian soldiers and veterans as part of the Culture Force initiative. It would be strange not to mention Imagine Dragons as well. In 2022, the band became an ambassador for United 24 in the medical field. They supported fundraising for ambulances, performed at the Save Ukraine charity telethon, and Dan Reynolds repeatedly appeared on stage with the Ukrainian flag at concerts.
We absolutely will not stop until Ukraine finally can live in peace.
Special attention should be paid to the music video for the song Crushed, which centers on a Ukrainian boy named Sashko from the Mykolaiv region, whose home was damaged by the Russian occupation. In the video, the war is depicted through a destroyed yard, a child walking among the ruins, and a life that has to be pieced together from fragments. Another strong ally is the American actor and screenwriter Liev Schreiber. He was among the first ambassadors of United 24 and supported Blue Check Ukraine, which helps verified Ukrainian organizations receive international support. And in 2025, he took part in a charity campaign with Easter bread and flour from the mined fields near Kharkiv. And on February 24, 2026, he recited the poem Buka by Maxim Krivtsov. A new Golgotha emerged on the streets and in fields, only with bullets instead of nails, only with artillery instead of esk. In 2022, there were many loud gestures. Everyone wanted to say, "We stand with Ukraine." Some truly helped. But when the topic became less trendy, not everyone stayed. Actors Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher launched the Stand with Ukraine campaign through GoFundMe in 2022, raising over $36 million. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds promised to match donations in support of displaced Ukrainian families up to $1 million. Director Steven Spielberg and actress Kate Capshaw donated $1 million for humanitarian support. Elton John, through his foundation, supported the medical initiative United 24, and actor and director Ben Stiller came to Ukraine as a goodwill ambassador, meeting with Zelensky and displaced persons.
That's truly wonderful. You are my hero.
And in 2025, he specifically refuted a Russian fake claiming that his visit was allegedly funded by the United States. American actor Michael Douglas visited Kyiv in 2024 with his son, met with Volodymyr and Olena Zelensky, and spoke about Ukraine as an example of the fight for democracy. Orlando Bloom visited Kyiv, Irpin and Demidov, where he met with children and spoke about psychological support. Sorry? These people truly helped. Their contribution should not be underestimated. But if we look specifically at the last 2 years, their Ukrainian activity in the public sphere has become much less visible. Now let's talk about those who have been important specifically in recent years. Barbra Streisand has supported Ukraine almost since the beginning of the full-scale war. She became a United 24 ambassador in the medical field, made personal contributions, voiced appeals for the platform, and in February 2026 once again donated $24,000 to support Ukrainian medical workers. Jose Andres, a world-renowned culinary star, founder of World Central Kitchen, and United 24 ambassador, appeared on Jimmy Kimmel's talk show wearing a Ukrainian national team jersey.
I like your football jersey. Hey, football, you're supporting the Ukrainian team, right? My favorite Spanish team? Of course, yes. But today my team is Ukraine. Cool. I like that. They didn't make it to the World Cup, but today they're fighting the most important battle. Yes, that's true. True. They're fighting for freedom and democracy.
Yes.
I'll tell you one more thing. Yes, please. No civilian should be under bombardment. Not in Ukraine, not in Gaza, not in Lebanon, not in Israel. Nowhere, nowhere. That's why today, this is my team. I like that.
And his foundation, Longer Tables, will support the reform of school meals in Ukraine, where the project plans to modernize 3 school kitchens in different regions. It's also worth mentioning the fashion world separately. The creative director of the fashion house Balenciaga, Demna Gvasalia, became an ambassador for United 24. His charity line featuring Ukrainian symbols raised over €500,000 for the reconstruction of homes in Irpin. American actress Hilary Swank is a more recent voice on this list. In 2024, she became a United 24 ambassador in the field of medical aid, and in 2026, her name appears again in the Ukrainian context through campaigns related to supporting children. Well, Angelina Jolie is a story all her own. She visited Lviv in 2022, met with displaced people, and then her presence in Ukraine became less visible. But in 2025, she came to Ukraine again, this time to Kherson and the Mykolaiv region. She met with doctors, volunteers, and civilians who live under the constant threat of Russian attacks. And another notable case is Dua Lipa. She didn't come to Ukraine with a high-profile visit, but her platform Service 95 organized a charity event called Club for Ukraine. The funds were directed to Driving Ukraine, specifically for transportation for Ukrainian medical needs. Writer and comedian Stephen Fry visited Ukraine, made a documentary project about Ukrainian resilience, narrated a Ukrainian fairy tale for BBC Ukraine cast, and recited poetry by Vasyl Simonenko.
You won't be here present. Tomorrow on this blessed land, others will be running and laughing, others will be feeling and loving. There are good people, and those who are bad.
British actor Mark Strong took a different path. He became a United 24 ambassador for education and science, and his first fundraising campaign helped build a shelter at a school in the Cherkasy region. Most recently, he also voiced the monument to Cossack Yuri Kulchitsky in Vienna. But there are examples that come at the cost of personal comfort. British singer and songwriter Rod Stewart has long spoken about supporting Ukraine. He helped a Ukrainian refugee family in Britain, paid for their housing, spoke about Putin, and dedicated the song Rhythm of My Heart to Ukraine.
Please continue to support Ukraine.
And in 2024, during a concert in Leipzig, the Ukrainian flag, footage of destruction, and photos of Zelensky appeared on the screen during the Ukrainian segment. Part of the audience started to whistle and boo. That's the price of taking a stand. But there is also the opposite extreme. Roger Waters, co-founder of Pink Floyd. In 2023, he spoke at a UN Security Council meeting at Russia's invitation. In a formal capacity, he characterized the invasion as illegal. But at the same exact time, he began to actively propagate the narrative that the war was not entirely unprovoked. Then came criticism of Western arms supplies to Ukraine, peace slogans that sound very convenient for the aggressor. In 2024, the international music company BMG ended its cooperation with Waters. In the media, his scandalous statements about Ukraine, Israel, and the USA were directly cited among the reasons. And this is despite the fact that in 2022, Pink Floyd, without Waters, released a charity single in support of Ukraine, featuring the voice of Andriy Klivnyuk from Boombox. Thus, in 2026, support became a test of endurance. And here it becomes very clear who was just following the trend, who truly made a significant contribution, and who is still, right now, taking concrete action. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and write in the comments whose support for Ukraine surprised you the most and who deserves a separate review. Because the next question is even tougher. Which global celebrities initially supported Ukraine but then disappeared, fell silent, or started saying things that are very convenient for Russia? And there, most likely, there are fewer good stories, but a lot more unpleasant truths.